Today you will study about the animal classification. This session is for class 11th biology, in which you will learn about animal classification. How the animals are classified, on which basis they are classified, you will see here. Here the animals are classified into two main groups. This animal kingdom is into two main groups. Number one, vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates, the animals with a backbone. So the animals which are having backbone, they are called vertebrates, and the animals which are without backbone, they are called invertebrate. So on the basis of backbone, vertebral column, there are two types, vertebrates and invertebrates. If they are having backbone, they are vertebrates. If they don't have backbone, they are invertebrates. So these are two main groups of animals. Now, vertebrates. Animals with backbone can be divided into five more groups. So vertebrates, they can be divided into five more groups. They are mammals, birds, reptiles, fish and amphibians. So these are the five classes of vertebrates. On the basis of characteristics, vertebrates are further divided into five more groups. Now see the characteristics of vertebrates. The animals which are having vertebral column or backbone. You can see this is the backbone of this animal. So this is vertebrate. Animal with a backbone. They are called vertebrates. Here, vertebrates are the animals with a backbone. They can be sorted into five groups: mammals, fish, birds, amphibians, and reptiles. These groups are of vertebrates. Now, the first group you will see here, the mammals. So the characteristics of mammals. Mammals are animals that have hair on their body, breathe through lungs, give birth to young ones. They give birth to young ones. Some mammals also lay eggs, but most of them they give birth to young ones. They feed their babies young milk and they are warm blooded. Some mammals are given here. Examples are there: human, cat, dogs, cows, monkeys, bears, whales and dolphins. These are the some examples of mammals. So these are the characteristics they have here. They breathe through lungs, give birth to young ones, but some lay eggs also, feed their young ones with their mammary glands. That's why they are called mammals. They are warm blooded. The warm blooded means their body temperature is constant. Some mammals are given here. Human is also mammal. So these are the characteristics of mammals. Mammals are animals with a backbone inside their bodies. They are vertebrates. They are called mammals because they feed their babies with milk. That's why they are called mammals, because they have mammary glands to feed the young ones. That's why they are mammals. They are born with their mother's body. The mother give birth to the young ones. We say that they are viviparous because they give birth to young ones. That's why they are called viviparous animals. Now, most mammals have fur on their bodies. You can see here they are having furs. This. Most of them have 4 feet to walk, but whales are and dolphins swim with their fins, and bat is also mammal. It uses its wings to fly. So for movement, they have feet, but other they are using fins and wings also. So this is using its wing. Dolphin and whales, they are using their fins and loin, and other mammals, they are using their feet to walk. Some examples of mammals are given: human, bats, whales, dolphins, dogs, sheep, elephant, pigs, foxes. These are the examples of mammals. Now, the next group is birds. Birds have wings and feathers. Most types of birds can fly, but some, like penguins and ostriches, they cannot fly. They are called flightless birds. Birds breathe air, they have lungs, have beaks, and lay eggs. Some birds have webbed feet to help them swim. Crows, flamingos, and robins are the examples of birds. And some other characteristics they have, like they have streamlined body, as the body is streamlined so that they can fly easily in the air. So to minimize the resistance whenever they are moving through the air, the body is streamlined, and they use their wings, which are modified forelimbs. So their forelimbs are modified into wings. And one more important characteristic they have hollow or pneumatic bones, and these bones help them to make the body light so that they can fly easily with the lightweight bones. So pneumatic bones are found in birds. They are hollow bones which make the body light to help them to fly. Birds are vertebrates because they have got a backbone inside their bodies. Birds have got wings, tail and two legs. They have four legs. Four means backside legs. Sorry, the four limbs they are modified into wings, and the back legs they are used to walk. Birds are oviparous as they lay eggs. That's why they are called oviparous. They have feathers on their bodies. Most of them can fly, but some flightless birds also there, like penguins, ostrich, which cannot fly. These are some examples of birds: penguins, ostrich, these are parrots, owl. These are some examples of birds. Now the next category, the group is fish. They are aquatic organisms found in water. They are adapted for the aquatic habitat. Fish are vertebrates as they have backbone, so they are grouped into vertebrates. Fish are oviparous as they lay eggs. They live in water. They are aquatic. They are found in water. They have scales on their bodies. They swim with their fins and tails. So these the structures which help the fish to move in water. The body is covered with scales. See, these scales are given here. The body is covered with these scales. The examples of some fish are given: clownfish, sardines, shark. These are some examples of fish. Now reptiles. So some reptiles examples are given: lizard, crocodile, snake, turtle. These are the examples of reptiles. Characteristics: reptiles are vertebrates. They have backbone. That's why they are also vertebrates. They have skeleton and the backbone which provides support them at the time of walking or moving. Examples are given: they are oviparous as they lay eggs. That's why they are called oviparous. They have hard scales. This is a characteristic called scutes or cells on their bodies. Snakes also have skin. So the skin is scaly in these organisms. Now the next group is amphibians. Amphibians live both on land and water. They have dual habitat. That's why they are called amphibians. Having dual habitat. They are found on land and they are also found in water. So they are having dual habitat. That's why they are called amphibians. Amphibians are vertebrates, as now you know that they have backbone. That's why they are vertebrates. Amphibians are oviparous because they lay eggs, that's why they are called oviparous. So they are oviparous as they lay eggs. They have moist skin on their bodies. The skin is moist, and this moist skin help them to breathe through skin. The exchange of gases O2 and CO2 also takes place through their skin. So the skin is used to exchange the gases, means for respiration purposes, for breathing purposes they use skin.